Welcome to Silent Secrets. Today, I need you to listen with your full attention, because what we're diving into isn't just another casual topic. It's a raw, painful reality many men face but few are prepared for. She's with another man. And you know it. That realization feels like fire burning through your chest. It's a kind of pain no words can fully capture, a mix of rage, disbelief, and heartbreak. And yet, despite the betrayal, despite the shattering of trust, there's still that part of you that loves her. That's what makes this so dangerous. Because love after betrayal doesn't make you stronger. It makes you vulnerable. It makes you desperate, and desperate men become beggars. And beggars lose everything. But here's the truth that no one may have told you before. You don't have to let betrayal destroy you. You don't have to spiral into shame, self-doubt, or endless chasing of someone who already showed you she was willing to walk away from loyalty. There are 9 steps that can pull you out of this trap. 9 crucial decisions you must face before you take action. If you skip them, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. What I'm about to share isn't theory. It isn't sugar-coated. It's hard-earned truth, drawn from the mistakes of countless men before you. Men from every background, rich, poor, young, old, successful, struggling, have faced this same storm. And the path they chose after betrayal shaped not just their relationships, but the rest of their lives. So stay with me, because this message may sting, but it could also save you from yourself. Before we dive in, hit subscribe so you don't miss future breakdowns of relationship dynamics that most people keep hidden. And drop a comment. Are you watching because you've already lived this, or because deep down you fear you might face it someday? Either way, this message is for you. Let's get started. Step 1. Face the cold reality. The first step is the hardest. You must confront reality without flinching. When betrayal comes to light, most men want to believe it was an accident. A one-time slip, a careless mistake, something that can be forgiven and forgotten if they just hold on tightly enough. That illusion is poison. Because by the time she crosses that line, her heart has usually been gone for much longer. The cheating itself isn't the beginning of the end. It's the proof that the bond was already broken. Here's where many men fail. They cling to the fantasy of who she used to be, instead of facing who she is now. They replay old memories, when she laughed at their jokes, when intimacy felt secure, when her eyes only searched for them. But memory doesn't save you. Memory blinds you. The woman in front of you today is not the same woman you trusted before. Pretending otherwise is self-deception, and self-deception will cost you more than betrayal ever did. Stop asking, how could she do this to me? Start asking, why didn't I see it coming? Because the truth is, the signs were there. The distance, the excuses, the guarded phone, the subtle withdrawal of affection. You just didn't want to see them. And here's the harshest truth of all. You didn't lose her when she slept with another man. You lost her when her heart left while you were still holding on. That's when the relationship ended. If you can't accept this cold reality, every step after this will collapse. This is the foundation. Without it, you'll keep clinging to illusions instead of building on truth. Step 2. Ruthless self-reflection. After betrayal, most men obsess over her actions. Who she was with, where she went, what she said. But the most important questions are the ones you need to ask yourself. Before you decide whether to fight for the relationship or walk away, you must understand what you're even fighting for. Strip away every excuse. Has she done this before? If she has a history of betrayal, then you're not facing a single act. You're staring at a pattern. And patterns rarely vanish with promises. Ask yourself, why did she cheat? Was it reckless? Driven by alcohol, bad judgment, or a moment of temptation? Or was it calculated? A long-term affair built on secrecy, emotional intimacy, and deliberate deception. One is carelessness, the other is replacement, and they are not the same. Then, examine your relationship honestly. Were you already drifting apart? Did she voice dissatisfaction you ignored? Or did this blindside you at a time you thought everything was solid? These answers aren't about excusing her behavior. They're about uncovering the truth of what your relationship really was. and the truth might hurt more than the betrayal itself. Unless you face these questions with ruthless honesty, your decisions will be guided by desperation, not reality. And desperate decisions almost always chain men to the very pain they're trying to escape. Step 3. Compulsion versus choice. Not all betrayal is created equal. You must determine whether her actions were driven by compulsion or conscious choice. Compulsion looks like repeated patterns of seeking validation or intimacy outside the relationship, almost like an addiction she can't control. This often stems from deep psychological wounds, low self-worth, or unresolved trauma. Choice, however, is very different. Choice means she evaluated her options, knew the risks, and still decided to betray. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a weakness. It was intent. Why does this matter? Because the path forward depends on it. If it's compulsion, she needs professional help, counseling, therapy, deep personal work. If it's choice, then her betrayal is a statement of values, and values don't change because you wish they would. Ask her directly. Do you feel like this was something you couldn't control? Or was this a choice you made fully aware of the consequences? Watch her answer carefully. Excuses are not answers. Deflections are not answers. If she dodges the question with, "I don't know, it just happened," understand that's not confusion, it's avoidance. Don't blur the line. Your future depends on whether you see this clearly. Step 4. Build the right support system. Betrayal is heavy, and carrying it alone will crush you. But here's the danger. Most men run to the wrong people. They vent to coworkers. They unload on her friends. They even confide in her family. That's not strength. That's self-destruction. Every word you spill into the wrong ears becomes gossip, judgment, or leverage used against you. And once your pain becomes public spectacle, you can't take it back. You need a selective support system, a brother, a lifelong friend, a mentor, someone loyal to you. Not her, not the relationship, but you. And be clear, you're not asking them to fix your life. You just need a safe space to process the storm in your head. Sometimes, just speaking the words out loud to someone who truly has your back helps you hear your own truth. But don't make the mistake of bleeding your pain into every corner of your life. Don't expose yourself to people who will use your story as entertainment. Build your shield carefully. Choose your confidants wisely. Step 5. Compatibility. Check. Here's a bitter pill. Not every betrayal comes from anger or neglect. Sometimes it reveals a deeper incompatibility. Some women simply don't believe in monogamy. They crave variety, freedom, or the thrill of new experiences. And if that's who she is at her core, no amount of begging or proving yourself will make her change. This is where many men destroy themselves. They think if they just love harder, forgive quicker, or perform better, she'll suddenly value loyalty. But values don't bend under pressure. They either align or they don't. Ask yourself honestly, could you live in an open relationship? Could you stomach the idea of her being intimate with others while still calling you her partner? If the answer is no, then you already have your answer. Compatibility isn't about how much you want her. It's about whether your deepest values match, and if they don't, staying isn't love, it's self-betrayal. Step 6. Tactical pause. When you first discover betrayal, your emotions will scream for action. Explode in rage, demand explanations, beg her to stay. That's exactly what you must not do, because the moment you lose control, you hand her all the power. Silence is not weakness, it's strategy. Distance is not surrender, it's protection. Take a pause. Create space. Breathe. Write down your boundaries. Define what you absolutely will not tolerate. Decide what would need to change for you to even consider rebuilding. This pause communicates strength. It shows her, and more importantly, it reminds you, that you are not dependent on her validation, that you can stand on your own. Step 7. The decision point. Eventually, every betrayed man arrives at the crossroad. Do you stay and rebuild, or walk away and reclaim your life? Staying is only an option if both of you are fully committed to change. She must take accountability without excuses. You must face the relationship's flaws without denial. Together, you must set new standards and boundaries. If either of you refuses, the relationship is already dead. You're just postponing the burial. On the other hand, Walking away requires courage. It means facing loneliness head-on instead of living with slow decay. Here's the truth. Indecision is the most dangerous choice of all. It keeps you chained to pain without progress. Decide with clarity. Act with courage. That's the only way forward. Step 8. Rebuilding. If you stay. If you stay, understand this. The old relationship is gone. Dead. You're not fixing what was broken. You're building something entirely new that requires new rules, new boundaries, and clear agreements. No vague promises. No, let's just move forward. Specific standards. Transparent accountability. Mutual effort. It also requires professional tools. Therapy. Medical checkups. Routines to rebuild trust and connection. And progress will be slow, painful, uneven. But if you both fight for it with honesty and consistency, it can grow. If not, you're not rebuilding. You're just living in ruins. Step 9. Preparing for the aftermath. Cheating doesn't just break trust. It leaves scars. Scars that shape how you see women, relationships, and even yourself. If you ignore them, those scars will quietly control your future, making you paranoid, bitter, closed off. If you confront them, they can become armor. Healing takes time. Doubt will creep in. Every late text, every unexplained absence will trigger old wounds. That's normal, but here's the key. Don't let betrayal define you. Don't let it shrink you into cynicism. Instead, let it sharpen you, build your body, strengthen your mind, grow your finances, expand your network. Become the man who uses pain as fuel, not as chains. Because the greatest danger isn't that she betrayed you once. It's that you betray yourself for life by refusing to grow. Closing. You've now walked through 9 steps. From facing cold reality, to ruthless self-reflection, to distinguishing compulsion from choice. From building the right support system, to compatibility checks, tactical pauses, decisive choices, potential rebuilding, and preparing for the aftermath. These aren't theories. They're survival strategies. Not every man will follow them. Some will collapse in denial. Others will drown in desperation. But a few will rise, and the men who rise will understand this. Infidelity isn't just a wound. It's a test, and how you respond to that test defines the man you become. She may have betrayed you, but only you can decide whether you betray yourself. If this message spoke to you, comment below with the step you're wrestling with most. Subscribe so you never miss another breakdown of the hidden dynamics that shape relationships. And if you know a man stuck in this nightmare, share this video with him. Sometimes the harshest truth is the only lifeline. Remember, she can betray you once, but only you can betray yourself for life.